We talk a lot about Terra Luna Classic hitting $1. I've even seen people say that Terra Luna Classic could hit $1 within a year. Let's break down if this is actually possible or if this is just straight up nonsense. Before we get into the spreadsheets, there's a couple important things we need to talk about. The first thing, when we talk about the market cap of Terra Luna Classic, we're seeing about $1.1 billion, which is not as big as it could be. It definitely could go higher. However, if Terra Luna Classic went to $1, this market cap, assuming that we didn't change the other major factor here, which is the total supply, this market cap would have to go absolutely insane. We'd be overtaking Bitcoin and Ethereum if we don't drop that total supply dramatically, which is the next thing. If Terra Luna Classic was to ever actually hit $1, we would have to decrease this total supply by literally 99%, 98%. This is where I put together a spreadsheet for us to see what would it actually require for Terra Luna Classic to hit $1 in a year, and is that actually realistic? The first major issue for Terra Luna Classic to hit $1 within a year is the amount of Terra Luna Classic that we'd actually have to burn. As you can see, these numbers, this is a daily number of Terra Luna Classic burned. This 40 billion Terra Luna Classic, we need to burn that every single day for the next 3 months. We haven't even burned that much total Terra Luna Classic in over 6 months. And the value of that would be close to $20 million of Terra Luna Classic burned every single day. It gets even crazier as we go further along. The amount of Terra Luna Classic burned every single day would decrease, but the dollar value of that Terra Luna Classic would go astronomical as the price of Terra Luna Classic is increasing. You'd literally be having to burn $200 million of Terra Luna Classic every single day. And if that doesn't make the point clear enough, the market cap of Terra Luna Classic would literally have to 100x to $100 billion market cap. Now, in theory, if we could do this, it would get us to a $1 price in 1 year, but realistically, there's no way in my mind that we could burn anywhere near this kind of Terra Luna Classic over the next year. It just doesn't make sense. And even that market cap, $100 billion, that is more than the peak of the Dogecoin market cap, which peaked out at about $88 billion. So we would have to surpass the all-time highs for Dogecoin in terms of market cap for Terra Luna Classic to get there. And in addition to that, have all of these burns. If you guys appreciate this honest evaluation that you won't find elsewhere, please consider hitting the notification bell down below so you don't miss another video just like this. Think of retirement. It's not something that you're trying to accomplish next year, at least not for most people. And instead, it's a 20, 30-year objective. A Terra Luna Classic at $1, that's how you need to view it in my mind. This is not an objective for the next month, the next year, the next couple of years even. This is a long-term goal. And so what we need to do instead is look at a short-term goal, something that's more obtainable. For example, if we could get to like a Shiba Inu situation, maybe we can grow Terra Luna Classic a lot and get the popularity and fame of Shiba Inu. In a bull market, we could see the market cap, for example, of Shiba Inu. When we zoom out on the market cap, we can see pretty clearly that Shiba Inu peaked at roughly around that $40 billion market cap, and that's something that maybe is obtainable for Terra Luna Classic. And if we go into that, well, what kind of burns would we have to get? Well, we can start looking at a spreadsheet to see what it would take to Terra Luna Classic to 1 cent. Now, for Terra Luna Classic to hit 1 cent in 2 years, again, this is not a 1 year thing either, we'd have to get to a $40 billion market cap, again, that peak of Shiba Inu, and the burns, the amount of Terra Luna Classic we'd have to constantly burn is a lot less than what it is for the $1. And because we're not going for a $1 Terra Luna Classic, the price per each Terra Luna Classic is dramatically lower, so the value that has to get burned every single day is a lot more reasonable. I mean, you can just see the difference, 40 billion Terra Luna Classic a day versus peaking at about 5 billion Terra Luna Classic a day, which is still a significant amount. Don't get me wrong. This is still going to take a while for us to get here. This is, again, not something that's happening tomorrow. This is an optimistic scenario, but this is something that you could at least say, maybe there's a 1 to 5% chance of this actually happening. It's not the most likely case of happening, but there's a possibility of this happening. However, this is not possible if we don't bring value to our ecosystem through burns, utility, and growing our community. If you want to learn more about that, check out this video up here.